Hi, I have Snorlax GX, Toxapex GX, Tapu Koko GX, and Megaslobo GX. Bye.
Hey, that was my son Grant. Are any of you still in your pajamas like Grant is? I think he lives in his pajamas now. Anyways, I'm here to read you chapter 15. You might have been wondering what happened to Hamster-saurus Rex, because the last I saw, I think I didn't show you this picture, but you see Hamster-saurus Rex was caught by Martha. Junk food got him. All right, let's see what happens and what Martha does with him. Chapter 15. It was a gray Monday. I came to school with a sick feeling in the pit of my stomach. My locker dinosaur habitat was sadly empty. The stack of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches moldy and uneaten. The toy dinosaurs unchewed. I made my way to homeroom without talking to anyone. When I got there, Martha Cherie stood in front of the class, grinning. Mr. Copeland was behind her, arms crossed. On the corner of his desk was a boxy shape covered by a drop cloth. Beaver glowered at me from the back row, one of his arms in a cast. Remember, he fell down. "Hello, children," said Mr. Copeland as we took our seats. Martha requested permission to hold a short press conference this morning before class. Obviously, I said, no, that would be a terrible use of our time. And sixth graders don't call press conferences. But then her mother complained to the principal, so here we are. Martha, the floor is yours. Thank you, Arnold, said Martha, reading prepared remarks from a set of note cards. Good morning, classmates. No one said anything. It is with great satisfaction that I report to you that our long classroom-wide nightmare is over. On Friday night at the Maple Bluffs Antique Doll Museum, I apprehended our escaped pet, Hamster-saurus Rex. Martha whipped off the cloth, revealing a shiny new cage. Inside was Hamster-saurus Rex. His eyes darted around, stricken with fear. I felt like I might throw up my morning cinnamon toast. Martha waited, as though expecting applause. The room was silent. I'd called her several times over the weekend, trying to convince her that if she put Hamster-saurus Rex back in the classroom, he would fall prey to Beaver's revenge. Each time, Martha assured me that he would be safe, and more important, he would never escape again. Ever. She kept trying to change the subject to which antique doll was my favorite. Please, please, no need to thank me, said Martha as she read from her notes. I was just doing my job, trying my best to live up to the sacred oath I swore on the day I became your class hamster monitor. Give me a break, muttered Dylan. Excuse me, but why was the hamster at some creepy museum miles from school? Asked Tina Gomez. That is an excellent question, Tina, said Martha. Hamster-saurus Rex had, unbeknownst to Sam, hitched a ride in his backpack. Wait, you and Sam were at a museum together? Said Omar. That's correct, Omar, said Martha. We rode a tandem bicycle there. It was a date. Everyone was looking at me now. Seriously, said Dylan. I shrugged and sank down in my seat. Somewhere behind me, I heard Beaver's teeth grinding. So what's going to stop Hamster-saurus Rex from escaping again? Asked Tina. Another excellent question, said Martha. Mr. Copeland, may I give Tina a unicorn sticker? Nope, said Mr. Copeland. The answer, said Martha, is this. She waved toward Hamster-saurus Rex's cage. It's called a Pet Cat Rose Pro. I purchased it myself. forged of unbreakable titanium. It's rated the world's strongest small rodent cage. No hamster has ever escaped from Petcatres Pro. That's Petcatres Promise. There are only 2 keys to this cage. As hamster monitor, I will keep one. Martha held up a key and then clipped it to the hamster monitor lanyard around her neck. And Arnold will have the other. She handed a second key to Mr. Copeland, who frowned and dropped it in his desk drawer. Are there any other questions? Asked Martha. Why does Hamster-saurus Rex look so gross now? Asked Caroline Moody. We're checking into the matter as part of an ongoing hamster monitor investigation, said Martha, scanning the room for more raised hands. Jared? Hypothetically, if someone did eat a pencil, said Jared Kopernik, is it possible that person might gain magic pencil powers, such as the ability to erase time? I'll handle this one, Martha, said Mr. Copeland, stepping forward. No, Jared. The day wore on. Martha allowed Hamster-saurus Rex only the food portion recommended by her Uncle Tony, the hamster zoologist. Half a lettuce leaf, twice daily. I knew that it wasn't nearly enough for Hammy Rex's mutant monster appetite. Occasionally, he threw a spectacular rampage inside his cage, kicking up pine shavings and pummeling his hamster wheel into an unrecognizable shape. The Petcatres Pro lived up to its promise. Even his incredible dino strength couldn't bend the bars. Here's a picture. After my tandem bicycle anti-doll date with Martha, I was once again relegated to the ranks of the uncool. I might be a loser, but at least I still had friends. Well, one friend. At lunch, I sat down beside Dylan. I think I have to think of a way to get Hamster-saurus Rex out of that cage, I said. Oh, and now you want me to help? Said Dylan. Yeah, I mean... You're such a liar, Sam, said Dylan. You expect me to believe Hamster-saurus Rex was just hanging out in your backpack unbeknownst to you? Seriously, I had no idea, I said. I felt awful for deceiving my best friend yet again. It's really weird, right? You've been hiding Hamster-saurus Rex the whole time, haven't you? That's why you've been acting so weird these past few weeks. Sneaking around, the extra food, you've been keeping him a secret from me. No way, Yeah, you're right, I sighed. Sam, we've been best friends for 7 years, said Dylan. Whenever you got made fun of, I stuck up for you. Whenever anybody was mad about those characters you drew, I defended you. Even when no one else would, I stood by you. But I guess you don't trust me, and now I can't trust you. No, we can trust each other, I said, struggling to explain. It's just that after you accidentally revealed where Hamster-saurus Rex was hiding, well, I was worried you wouldn't be able to keep the secret. I made a mistake, and I said I was sorry, Sam. You should have given me a second chance. I know, but Just what? Because as I understand it, you're the one who actually got Hamster-saurus Rex caught by Martha. That hurt a lot. Probably because it was true. Oh, and by the way, a tandem bicycle ride to the Antique Doll Museum with Martha Cherie, said Dylan. Gross. I don't know. I promised. I shrugged and studied the linoleum pattern of the cafeteria floor. And you promised me you were being honest. She stood and picked up her lunch. You know what the worst part is? What? I could have helped you with this whole thing. I could have helped protect Hamster-saurus Rex. I could have helped you deal with Beaver. We could have got through all of this craziness together. But you didn't tell me. And with that, she left to find another table. Wait, I said, but Dylan didn't look back. It was the lowest I'd felt in quite a while. Don't worry, though. Things were about to get even worse. Not 30 seconds after Dylan left, Beaver Vanderkop sat down in her place. "You must think you won, huh?" said Beaver. "Nope," I said as I stared at my mashed potatoes. I guess he wasn't afraid of me anymore. "Why, you got everyone to call me Urinal Head. You pretended like you were a werewolf just to make me look dumb. And then you stole my girl and practically broke my arm." "That is not what happened," I said, realizing that, wow, this sort of was. "Well, laugh it up," said Beaver. "But you know what's going to be really funny? When I take that hamster out of its cage and flush it down the toilet today." "That's right. It's Monday, which means I've got after-school detention. All I need is 1 minute alone with that cage. Your precious Hamster-saurus Rex is a goner, and you're not going to be there to stop it." Beaver pounded the table once and left. Back in class, Hamster-saurus Rex looked more pathetic than ever. I couldn't leave Beaver alone with him, not even for a minute. But how could I keep an eye on Hammy Rex during after-school detention? I'd be long gone by then. Or would I? I sighed as I realized that I only had one option. "Excuse me, Mr. Copeland," I said, raising my hand. "But I drew a picture of you." This is social studies class, but okay," said Mr. Copeland. I held it up. I brought all my hard-won character skills to bear. It showed a crude image of Mr. Copeland with missing teeth, a ridiculous mustache, and a word balloon. Why do you think Sam is doing that? Writing a rude picture of his teacher and then showing it to him and the whole class? I bet there's a reason. Mr. Copeland looked into the picture. "That's extremely hurtful, Sam. You know I can't grow a mustache. Also, I just wanted to add that, I think your tie is ugly," I said, trying for a surly, beaverish tone. "This tie was a gift from my late aunt," said Mr. Copeland, taken back. Purple and red parrots were her favorite color. "Who cares?" I said with a shrug. "School sucks." Everyone in class stared at me now, utterly baffled. "He's lost his mind," whispered Omar Powell. "Mr. Copeland," said Martha, "even though Sam and I are romantically linked, I just wanted to stress that his opinions are his own, and they don't reflect my—" "Hang on, Martha," said Mr. Copeland. "Sam, I'm confused. This really isn't like you." "Yes, it is. I'm not a quiet weirdo or even a popular cool guy anymore. I'm a misbehaving bad kid now. For example, check this out." I jumped to my feet and grabbed Wally, the class walrus puppet, in one hand and a pair of safety scissors in the other. Then I tried my very best to snip off his left flipper. Of course, the safety scissors wouldn't cut through the felt. "Hang on," I said, struggling. "Almost got it. Give me one more." "Put the walrus down, Sam," said Mr. Copeland. "Fine," I said, dropping Wally. "But how about this?" He grabbed a tube of glue off the shelf and twisted the cap so it was open. I waved it around menacingly. The other students leaned back in their desk. "Easy, Sam. When push comes to shove, I'm not a jerk." So I pointed the bottle back at myself and squirted it, all of it, right into my face. The whole class watched with a mixture of horror and disgust. "Sam, you've left me no choice," said Mr. Copeland, "but to give you detention." "Thanks," I said, taking my seat, feeling the glue drip down my neck. Hamster-saurus Rex wouldn't be alone with Beaver after all. Hey, that's the end of chapter 15. Chapter 16 is tomorrow, and I hope y'all got the message about our Zoom meeting at 10 o'clock. I'm just going to try it out and see if it works. I was thinking you could all bring something for show and tell, something you might want to show everybody that you have at home. Maybe a pet, maybe something too big to bring to school. Anyways, I'm looking forward to it. I hope to see a lot of you there. Good night.